Hey everyone, welcome back to 5 Minutes Learning. Today, we're diving deep into the Netflix Unlimited Vacation Policy, one of the boldest HR experiments in corporate history. Imagine landing your dream job, the kind of opportunity you've worked for years to achieve, where the office buzzes with energy and every face you pass seems to be on a mission. You walk in on your first day, heart pounding with excitement and nerves, ready to make your mark. At orientation, HR greets you with a smile and says, "Welcome aboard." And about your vacation time, we don't have a policy. Take whatever time you feel is appropriate. We trust you. No forms to fill out, no limits to count. Just a simple message. Your time is yours to manage. Would you feel liberated or anxious? Is this a dream perk or a hidden test? Suddenly the freedom you always wanted comes with a new kind of pressure. You wonder, will taking time off make me look less committed? Or is this a chance to finally balance work and life on my own terms? This isn't just a hypothetical. This is reality at Netflix, where unlimited vacation is more than a catchy benefit. It's the surface of a much deeper philosophy about how work should work. People outside the company often wonder, won't work grind to a halt? Won't people take advantage and disappear for weeks? Or will everyone be too afraid to take a single day off, worried about being judged? But at Netflix, this isn't a gimmick or a trap. It's the outcome of a culture built on two powerful ideas, freedom and responsibility. Employees are trusted to make decisions like owners, not like clock punchers. Your reaction to this policy reveals a lot. If you're used to being measured by hours at your desk, this kind of freedom can feel daunting, even unsettling. It challenges everything you've learned about what it means to be a good employee. But what if you were hired for your impact, not your hours? What if your value was measured by the results you deliver, not the time you spend in the office? What if the company truly trusted you to manage your own energy, creativity, and well-being? Imagine a workplace where you're empowered to take a break when you need it, so you can return with fresh ideas and renewed focus. In that world, vacation days become almost irrelevant. The calendar isn't your boss, your performance is. The real question isn't, how many days can I take, but what do I need to perform at my best? It's about understanding yourself, your limits, and what it takes to do great work. That's the world Netflix set out to build. A place where trust, autonomy, and high expectations come together. It's not for everyone, but for those who thrive on freedom and accountability, it's the offer you truly can't refuse. To truly understand our vacation policy, you first need to understand the unique culture it was born from, a culture we call freedom and responsibility. This isn't just a catchy phrase or a set of values on a wall. It's the foundation of how we work, make decisions, and treat each other every single day. We set out to hire stunning colleagues, people who are not only talented but also self-motivated adults. From day one, we trusted them with real autonomy, believing that when you bring together great people and give them freedom, they'll do their best work. Our expense policy is famously simple, just 5 words: act in Netflix's best interest. There are no lengthy rule books or complicated approval chains. We believe that clear expectations and trust are more powerful than pages of regulations. That means no micromanagement, no endless layers of approvals, and no one looking over your shoulder. People are empowered to make decisions and take ownership of their work. We intentionally removed bureaucracy and unnecessary processes so that talent could truly thrive. When people aren't bogged down by red tape, they're free to innovate, collaborate, and focus on what matters most. In most companies, rules are created to prevent the few who might abuse them. But that approach ends up stifling everyone else, creating frustration and limiting creativity for the majority who just want to do great work. Instead of relying on control, we focus on providing context. We share financials, strategy, and challenges openly with everyone, so people have the information they need to make smart choices. When people understand the big picture and the company's goals, they're empowered to make decisions that align with our mission. This trust leads to better outcomes for everyone. That's why unlimited vacation fits perfectly here. If we trust you to make big decisions that impact the company, why wouldn't we trust you to know when you need a break to recharge and come back even stronger? The vacation policy wasn't the beginning of our culture. It's a visible sign that we truly mean what we say. It's proof that our values aren't just talk, but are lived out in our everyday actions. Ultimately, our vacation policy is a symbol of treating people like adults, with respect and trust. That's why it works, and why our culture continues to thrive. The unlimited vacation policy began with a single, thought-provoking question from one of our engineers. "You don't track my late-night work, so why track my vacation?" It was a moment that made us pause and reconsider how we measured value and trust within our company. The question was simple, but it challenged a long-standing tradition in the workplace, one that equated time spent at a desk with productivity and commitment. He was right. In a creative company like ours, the boundaries between work and life often blur. People brainstorm ideas over coffee, solve problems on evening walks, and sometimes find inspiration outside the office walls. The traditional 9-to-5 schedule just didn't fit the way we worked or lived. We hired people for their minds, not their hours. We valued creativity, innovation, and the unique perspectives each person brought to the table. It was never about clocking in and out. It was about the quality of ideas and the impact of our work. So, we stopped tracking vacation. At first it was informal, just common sense. People took time off when they needed it, trusting each other to get the job done. There were no forms to fill out, no approvals to chase, just a shared understanding that rest was as important as hard work. As we grew, new hires naturally asked, "What's the policy?" Our answer, "There isn't one," was honest, but it left some people uncertain. We realized that as our team expanded, we needed to put our philosophy into words, so everyone understood the trust and responsibility at its core. So we wrote it down, not as a rigid rule, but as a statement of trust and mutual respect. The policy was simple. Take the time you need, deliver your best work, and support your team. It was a promise that we believed in our people to make the right choices for themselves and the company. The goal was clear: keep people rested, creative, and productive. We wanted everyone to feel empowered to recharge, knowing that their well-being was essential to our collective success. If someone delivered great results and took 6 weeks off, that was a win for everyone. It meant our system worked. People could thrive both inside and outside the office and still contribute meaningfully. On the other hand, if someone was always present but their work was mediocre, that signaled a deeper issue. Presence alone didn't guarantee progress or innovation. The focus shifted from simply being present to truly performing. We started measuring success by the impact people made, not the hours they logged. The policy reinforced what mattered most: impact, creativity, and trust. That's why it stuck, and why it continues to shape our culture today. How does unlimited vacation work in practice? It's not chaos, it's coordination. Employees talk with their teams before taking time off, ensuring goals are met and no one is left in the lurch. It's about responsibility, not permission. An engineer won't vanish before a big launch but might take a month off after. Managers add context, not control. Just finish X before you go. Peer accountability is powerful. No one wants to let their team down. In a high-performance culture, social pressure keeps people responsible. Performance is the ultimate measure. If you deliver, no one questions your time off. If you don't, the conversation is about results, not vacation. The system works because it's built on trust, responsibility, and results. That's the real secret. The benefits go far beyond happy employees. It's a talent magnet. Top performers want impact and respect, not just perks. The policy signals trust and empowerment, attracting the self-driven people we want. It builds ownership. Employees feel like partners, not cogs. Trust leads to higher engagement and creativity. We also cut out administrative waste, no more tracking days or policing managers. HR could focus on finding and developing talent, not counting hours. Managers coached, not policed. Most importantly, it enabled real work-life integration. People could shape their schedules to fit their lives, returning to work energized and creative. It's about sustaining high performance for the long run. That's the real value. Of course, there are challenges. In a high-performance culture, people may take less vacation, fearing they'll look less dedicated. Without a set policy, some feel guilty about time off and risk burnout. The policy's success depends on managers. Great ones encourage rest, others may subtly discourage it. Ambiguity can paralyze new hires. How much is too much? If norms aren't clear, people invent their own, often assuming the worst. Rarely someone abuses the policy. But the real issue is always performance, not vacation. Addressing it requires honest, direct conversations. The answer isn't more rules, it's reinforcing culture. Leadership modeling is key. When senior leaders take real vacations, it gives everyone permission. We told new hires, "We need you refreshed, please take vacations." Managers asked, "When's your next break?" Normalizing time off. Candor was vital. Open conversations about workload and absence were expected. Peer feedback helped self-correct issues before they escalated. When performance slipped, we addressed it directly, not by counting vacation days but by focusing on results. If someone couldn't meet the standard, we parted ways respectfully. Freedom is incredible, but responsibility is absolute. The keeper test, would you fight to keep this person, kept our culture strong. You don't need to be a tech giant to learn from this. The lesson: culture is everything. You can't bolt unlimited vacation onto a low-trust company and expect success. Build trust, hire adults, and remove unnecessary rules. Leaders must go first. Model the behavior you want. Focus on context, not control. Give people the big picture so they can make smart choices. Treat employees as partners, not children. Question every rule. Does it help performance or just control? Unlimited vacation was never about time off. It was about trust and freedom. If you treat people like adults, they'll amaze you. So, what do you think? Would unlimited vacation make you more productive or just more anxious? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button and subscribe for more real-world business case studies from me at 5 Minutes Learning. Remember, smart work includes smart rest.